Hello.
Eyebrows on fleek. It's clear for all the world to see.
Clear for all the world to see.
What? There's a bug.
Oh.
I knew there would be bugs out here. I'm telling you.
Now I'm starting to get paranoid, and
I told you there would be
think
bugs.
this.
Ooh. Oh my god. You just caught the Holy Spirit. that's exactly what you just. Okay, ready?
Ready, steady, go.
You didn't even say hi. You just say hi. Wow.
Hello, Earthlings. Hi, everybody. We're going to be doing a video on God's faithfulness today. So that's why we're out here in nature, because this is an because
Why?
I have no justification for that statement.
Why
but
are
we are in the open.
Yeah,
This is the in the open series. So we're in the open. We're out here experiencing nature, being in this lovely environment on campus, and we decided to do a video.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with God's faithfulness at all.
I just tried to.
Why we're outside.
I tried to tie that in,
and
but
she failed.
Let's get started before we ramble on to.
Before this video is 20 minutes long, we're gonna try and get it together. All right, so yeah, like Danielle said, we're talking about faith and what that actually means. And so yeah, what is faith? And I'm just gonna go to this verse real quick. It's in Hebrews. If you guys have Bibles, if you don't, we're probably gonna put the verse on the screen as well, so that you guys can like read along with us. But it just talks about what faith is, and it says that now faith is being sure of what we hope for and certain of what we do not see. So what does that mean? It basically means that even though we don't see what we're believing for, we still believe that it's gonna happen. Or it's gonna come through, or whatever. Like with God especially, we don't see God. Like you don't see Jesus walking around here, but you see him through everything else. You feel me?
Yeah.
So that's basically what faith is. Just like knowing for sure that there is something there, even though you don't see it.
Yeah.
All right. So I just want to get that definition out there for you guys before we go into talking about like how that applies to our lives personally.
Yeah.
Should I talk about why it's important as well?
And just touch upon the difference between faith and faithfulness.
Oh,
because
yes.
God
God
is faithful to us, and it doesn't necessarily mean the same thing as faith, but his faithfulness to us is basically like, I'm down for y'all. Like, thick or thin. I already know how
even
you
if
are.
you don't know it.
I already know what type of person that you are, but I see the potential in you, and I'm going to stick by you no matter what. So even if you're kind of doing your own thing, God is still riding hard for you to come to him, and he's chasing after you, and that's just his personality. There's nothing, that's just who he is. Like, that's his character. There's nothing that will change about that. I feel like I realized on like a whole nother level how faithful God really is. And I saw it because for me personally, I wasn't really doing my best as far as like coming to him faithfully and like always being on point, and I had like such an amazing experience with him over the summer, but it's like it kind of died down. But he was still faithful to me, y'all. He was still taking care of me. He was still coming through for me. Still everything. And like with school, it gets really tough for me, and I don't always get to that place where I'm reading my Bible every single morning. But it's like God's just still like,
and to
I
be
know
honest, we all don't really do it. You know? But if you do,
that's wonderful.
Kudos
I want to get there, but it's like it's a process for me, especially being in school. And God is just like, bro, I know that your heart, and I see who you are, and I know the potential that I can see the potential of you being the person I've designed you to be. So he's kind of just like, I'm rooting for you, and he still is always there, right? One step after the other, like just behind me, before me, just there. And that is just so amazing to me. So a verse that I've like always connected with since I was like younger is Lamentations 3, 21 to 24. And just to give you a little bit of context before, it's like Jeremiah is talking about how like he's gone through the ringer, like the worst situation this man could possibly be in. Like he's just so depressed, like things are going horribly. And then it's like, but we have hope. And I'm like, ooh. Like in the midst of his devastating, and I mean devastating situation, he's like, but we have hope because God's faithful and his mercy is new every morning.
Oh, she just said the verse, yeah.
But hearing that, I'm like, because of God's faithfulness, we have hope. Wow. Isn't that amazing? That's amazing for me. When I think about that, I'm like, that is beautiful. And you know, in this world, it's so easy to become hopeless. And when you're in a hopeless situation, it's like really hard to get yourself out. But God's faithfulness constantly reminds you have hope. And that is such a beautiful thing to me. And also, another verse that I thought of was 2 Timothy 2:13. If we are faithless, he remains faithful, for he cannot deny himself.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. That's just part of his character. So no matter what you do, he's always going to be a faithful God. That's just who
because
he
is.
Literally
cannot deny himself.
There's nothing. He can't separate himself from that.
Yeah.
And that was so realized in my life this past year. I was like, oh God. Like, I always thought, you know, I think the whole idea of performance and thinking that I had to I had to strive for this love or whatever was like on my mind. But then remembering that he's always faithful, and if we have the heart to serve him and we want more, he is always going to keep after us, and he's always going to be there to guide us and constantly walk us through the path. And that idea has like really sunk in my heart this year, and I'm just like, ooh, Jesus, like I just love him more and more. Like, too much. He's too much, guys.
Yeah, that's good. One verse that I want to point out before going to my actual verse, it's Hebrews 11:6, and it talks about like without faith it's impossible to please God.
Ooh, yes, guys.
Which is like that means that God is saying like, yo, I'm so faithful to you. If you can't be faithful to me, then there's nothing there for us. We need to step into our faith. Like, we need to increase that in order to make him the God, the creator of the world, to please him. Like, do you understand? We can actually please God. Isn't that crazy? Like, that motivates me so much.
He died for
us.
We
do please him. Yeah, he loves us so much that he died, obviously. But it's just like, he's like, okay, yeah, I died for you. So what are you gonna do about that? Like, do you understand that I actually did die for you and that I love you so much and I want you to believe in me? Like, he craves that. Because that's all gonna give us connection, and that's all he wants.
Yes,
it's not really, guys, it's not about anything else that you're gonna get. But it's just like, I want you to believe in me, and I want you to trust that I'm here, and that I'm gonna be faithful to do what I promised you.
Yes.
So because of that, so now that we are faithful, he's pleased by our faithfulness. So yeah, that's just that is crazy to me.
It makes us happy.
And one verse that really like sticks out to me, and I had to like find this verse because it's just like something that I hold on to now. Like, I have to hold on to this through this season that I'm going through. Sorry guys about the noise, by the way. There's a lot of like cars driving around here, so if you can't hear us, I'm so sorry. But I'm gonna read from Psalm 25, and it's verse 3, and it says, "No one whose hope is in you will ever be put to shame." No one whose hope is in you will ever be put to shame.
Guys, his words are true.
Like,
his promises are forever. You can hold that.
So yeah, I want to end on this, because honestly, if you have anything that you want to hand over to the Lord, if you feel like he's promised you things, and that he's already been faithful to you through just you being alive right now, it's a testimony of that. But if you have anything that you know he's promised you, hold on to that and know that like he will never put you to shame or disappoint you, like some other verse, some other translations say. You'll never be disappointed because your hope is in him, and he's always faithful, and he will always fulfill his promises.
Yes,
always.
So
like he cannot not fulfill it. Like that other verse said, he cannot deny himself, so he cannot not fulfill his promises. It will go through. No matter who is going through, it's gonna go through. Like, it's gonna happen. He's gonna get his glory regardless. So just like hold on to that and trust that he is a faithful God, and if we are faithful to him, it pleases him so much, and he really gets so much joy out of that. And I want to make Jesus happy. Like, I want to know what I'm doing in my life is making him smile, which is insane to even think like the God, the creator, can.
But he's
smile.
Father.
But he's Father.
Seeing
yes, he
him
is.
as Father.
He is Father. He's friend. He's father, he is friend, and he wants that connection. And if he's your friend, you want to make your friend smile. You want to make them happy. And if he's your daddy, you definitely want to make your daddy happy and proud and smile. Like, you want that. So just to encourage you guys, and some little things that like you can try doing. What we started doing this year, we started a faith journal. So you can start that for yourself, and that really that like pushes it, because you're writing it down. You're like, God, I know, I trust that this is gonna happen, and I believe it because I believe in you, and I know you're not gonna disappoint me. And then all of a sudden you'll start checking things off. Like, I've already checked like 3 things off my list. Me too. So, and this is just like what, 19 days into the year. Can you imagine what that's gonna look like at the end of the year? And if you carry that out throughout your life, like if you write it down and you're like, God, I know you're gonna bless this because I know you're faithful to me. Like, he's not gonna be like, nah, I can't do it. Like,
and it's big things, guys.
Big things.
Don't just be like, oh yeah, God,
let
me just make it through the day.
Yeah, exactly.
You can do those prayers. That's wonderful, and write those things down. But big prayers, like, God, like, can you somehow
cancel my entire student loan,
or like save my friend who's completely an atheist, like doesn't
and
like give me an opportunity to speak to this person. He will give you opportunities. Like, pray crazy, insane prayers that don't make any sense. Like, there's no other way it will happen unless God intervenes. Like, that type of stuff. Honestly. And see what happens.
So, yeah, we hope this... Do you have something else to share? Yeah, we hope this was an encouragement to you. We try to make this video pretty quick. There's so much more we can share about this topic. So let us know if you want us to share more, and we will make another video on it if we feel like God is telling us to. But yeah, we hope this encourages you in your faith level, and also believing that he's faithful and that he will go above and beyond to do what he has promised. That's just trust that he's here and that he's willing to do whatever he can to help you get through life and to get through it with exactly what he wants you to do. All right, so yeah, like, comments, subscribe please, and share this video with all your friends and your family, because this is a message that people need to know. All right, so bye, see you in the next one.